Hello, Just Too Good here, and today I'm reviewing the LEGO The Batman Movie Mr. Freeze Ice Attack set. It has 3 minifigures, it retails for $20 in the United States, and it has 201 pieces. I got this from eBay, but this is showing up in Target stores in the United States early, and now let's take a look at those minifigures. So here is the Mr. Freeze minifigure, very cool and unique design. Love that new kind of armor piece, which has some nice printing on it, and there's a new printed face, and you can just see how well that armor piece kind of translates onto the back. And here's Mr. Freeze without the armor piece. You can see he has some nice back printing, as well as some front torso printing and leg printing. And if you didn't know, the armor piece itself actually works with that little glass piece that we've seen for a while, and it just kind of attaches to the top like that. And here is Batman. Of course, this is the new LEGO Movie Batman, and you have this newer style cape. It doesn't use the old paper capes. And you can see he has some back torso printing, and the torso is actually a new print because it doesn't have the utility belt design, because the utility belt is actually its own separate piece, which just kind of connects with the legs right there through those 2 holes. Either way, the face underneath is a dual-sided expression, so you have a smiling face right there and an angry face right there. Also provided with Batman is this little flamethrower gun that he could hold. And that's just kind of a pretty simple design. And he also has a batarang. And here's the last minifigure, just a generic security guard. But what's cool about him is he actually does have a new face print. You can see he has a gun as an accessory. But this whole kind of breathing apparatus is something you see in the LEGO City like firefighters line. And that just kind of attaches on to the neck just around clipping onto the oxygen tank. But his face print, which has a nice kind of mustache on it, has a very scared face. He also has some back torso printing as well. So here is Mr. Freeze's mech. Really like how this came out because it's a more, I guess, realistically sized mech. It's about 3 times the size of a minifigure. I mean, just compare it to the size of the Batman right here, and you can see how that turns out. Now they use mixable bowl joints, and that's good because that gives it a thickness that is about, proportionate to its own size. I also like a lot of the detailings with these tubes, where you got these tubes kind of connecting on the back. That's really cool, as well as this kind of huge tank on the back that gives a very icy look. And while it looks really thin, it's actually really stable, so don't worry about that. It also uses some new pieces. For example, this whole kind of cockpit piece I haven't seen before. It's a little bit hard to see, but it's actually kind of like a hatchet so that you could fit Mr. Freeze in there. Let me just take him out. And you can see how that inner part works right there. This kind of hatchet part right here, you could just kind of move down with the hinges. But yeah, that's that piece I was talking about. It's a pretty interesting piece. Also, there is a little stickered piece right there for like a control panel. And from the front right here, you can see they use these new kind of arm pieces. This is kind of in that nice kind of icy color. I really like how those came out, and how those attach are actually with a little Technic hole right there. And those are going to be really useful in different colors. And this big gun right here is actually something that you could detach and just make Mr. Freeze hold. And this is probably my least favorite part of the whole mech because it just looks a little bit too ridiculous and too overdone. It kind of gives away that realistic thing that I like about the whole mech itself. And without that gun, I mean, there's no kind of weapon to this, so it is an essential part of the mech. So I am a little bit disappointed with that, but that's just kind of the whole thing itself, and a little bit of a nitpick. But that's it for the Mr. Freeze mech. One last look all around, even at the bottom. And let's go on to the playset build. So here is a playset build. You got this little area for the security guard, maybe to look at surveillance or whatnot. These 2 are stickered pieces, this clock right here, or this gauge right here, and this computer screen. There's like a little switch right here with a red and green indicator, and even a cup, as well as these new macaroni pieces, which I really like how those came out. And I'll just take this one off so that I can show you guys. And you see how this works is that they have these little Technic holes in them, which actually can fit axles, but can also attach to studs because the axle part's a little bit deep in, so it doesn't end up blocking it, which I really do like how that came out. Of course, as many of you guys know, this main part right here connects to the other 2 sets, which is the Scarecrow's Pizza Trap set and the Joker's Balloon Escape set, and those are with those little hinge parts right there, or those little rod parts right there, and then one little clip right there. So that's kind of cool to expand this. And then the last little part of the play set is just this little block of ice, which is similar to the 2013 one from the Mr. Freeze set from 2013. And you just kind of put the security guard in there, who barely fits because you can see they even have a little bit of space for his kind of oxygen tank. And his gun doesn't really fit in there, but it is a little hinged plate, so you could easily open it and close it as you please. So that's it for the actual builds of the set. Let's go on to the packaging and then the final verdict. So here's the box of the set. It's the $15 box size that I don't see too often. I love the design of this, and I love the design of the Batman movie sets in general. Very cool yellow borders and everything. And the back shows all the little play features and stuff, and it says build something Batman. The instructions themselves have lots of cool advertisements. Going to the back, you can see they have a little Lego Life app, which I haven't heard about. They have an advertisement for DC superheroes. Nothing new there, unfortunately. But then they have some pictures of some of the sets. And build something Batman. As well as a picture of the Scarecrow pizza set right here and how you could connect it to this set and the Joker Balloon Escape set and make this little scene. The most interesting part that I didn't see before is that they actually have the box design for the Scarecrow pizza set all the way at the bottom right there, which is pretty darn interesting if you ask me. So overall, this set has very few problems. My problems are sort of nitpicks, but we'll get into those later because this is just a great start to the Lego Batman movie line. I love the mech because it's a unique mech. Because I was, I always say this, I'm getting sick of Lego mechs, but this is a refreshing one because it's this smaller one that's almost like one that you would find in like maybe a polybag or something. But the use of the mixable joints and everything gives it this consistent thickness that you wouldn't find in a polybag mech that gives it a very, I guess, realistic look, even though, mechs aren't really that realistic. And I like that. It's something that I haven't seen too much, and it's very proportionate to the Mr. Freeze minifigure and everything. So I really love how that came out. The actual playset build is nice as well. It's a little bit of a facade, I believe that's how you pronounce it. But it has some nice stickered pieces on it, and I love those new macaroni pieces. And it's cool that they kind of redid the little ice block from that Mr. Freeze set from 2013. And of course, the 3 minifigures are great as well. You get the new Batman, even though this isn't the cheapest way to get that version, because I think that's the same one in the Balloon Attack. And Mr. Freeze and the Security Guard are both exclusive minifigures, and I think it's cool that they made the Security Guard have a unique face. And Mr. Freeze himself has that awesome new armor mold, which I think is incredible, and a very cool new look with new prints and everything. Now, my only problem is the gun right here. I think the gun kind of like ruins the consistency of the mech. I think it's a little bit overdone and ridiculous, while the mech itself is very grounded. So I don't like how that came out, and that's really a huge part of the mech because, that's like the main weapon of the mech. But again, that's a little bit in a nitpicky territory, because other than that, I think it's a great deal for $20. So I'm going to give this set an A. That's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Also, the giveaway winners were announced for the LEGO Dimensions giveaway. You got to check out my Facebook page. You don't need to have a Facebook to check out the page, but it's linked in the description. It's Just Too Good Your Works. I believe that's the Facebook page name. So that's it for now. I'll see you guys later.